live. Give this a minute to start up. Let me just pause my stream. Let me know if the sound's good. It should be. I see my little audio mic thingy going off. First, good morning. I didn't say good morning to you. Your PCMD, you should come to Texas to help me this week. I have 122 drop run in a new hotel. That won't happen. I don't plan on really traveling too much, but we'll see. I've been asked to come to Texas quite a bit, actually. I have a lot of jobs coming up this week. Ed, good morning. Alex, good morning. How's it going? I typically don't stream at this. Oh, my notification went off. Oh, sweet. I typically don't stream at this time. I usually go at 11 a.m., but I got a bunch of stuff to do today, including organizing my packouts, which I've already kind of started. Got Wire, good morning. I think you commented on something on YouTube. I don't know if I got back to it or not. Let me take a look. Tim, good morning. Michael, good morning. Well, maybe I did. I don't see it in my comments anymore. I forgot what it was, to be honest with you. Oh. Yeah, you were saying you changed the end of the cable that was giving you a problem. That was with the dome camera, and yes, it's fine. Some people thought I was going to put that in a video and show you me testing it, but that's not the case. I will do a full video on cable testers, though. Chantel, good morning. You could go see how the organizer is going, and you like to do organizing. So there's a few things we have to talk about today, but keep asking your questions and I'll try to answer what I can. Got to get a bit more coffee into me. So the UXG, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that video. Do I want to pull out my UDMSE and then migrate the network controller portion of the UDMSE to the UXG? I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that because I still need the other applications on the UDMSE to do videos on. So, you know, Unifi Access, Unifi Talk. I don't need Protect because I have the UNVR, and they have UIDs on it, and then they have one other controller that will be coming to light soon. Or hopefully. I'm hoping that it comes soon because I have a few products. Jason's Lab, good morning. Chris, good morning. Jonathan, good morning. Virgil, how's it going? So I don't know. I've already started some of the video. I have the UXG back there, right there. So I've already done the, you know, intro of it and then seeing what it is, the specs, you know, yada, yada, yada. But now I need to figure out how I want to migrate it. Jonathan says, love your videos, man. Awesome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, the UXG is I don't know. We'll see. I thought that was supposed to offload the routing from the UDM Pro or SE. So I thought they were supposed to be working in like parallel together, but it looks like it's just its own separate unit. Your name is Rob. Okay, that would make it easier. Rob. I just keep saying this name. I just go by the YouTube names. It's sometimes easier. We just quoted on a job. It's close to like 100 grand, but it was for not shielded cable. It was for armored Cat 6. Armored Cat 6 cable. See any of the new Lego sets? I've actually, so since I did I was really crazy about the Lego for like 2 weeks, and I did so many Lego builds, I kind of burnt myself out of it, and I can't even touch Lego right now. I have a bit, you can't see it, it's in my bookshelf. I have a bunch of different sets. I probably have like 40 different boxes of Lego right now. Barry McCallum, good morning. How's it going? I will give you a call today. Yeah, so they're asking for armored Cat 6 cable, which is very tricky to get and extremely expensive. I'm just trying to pull up some so you guys could see it. So it's kind of like this. It's for like more of an industrial setting, like an industrial unit. So it has this armor. It's like a BX kind of. They have a lot of EMI, but I think that shielded would actually be better, but they're insistent on doing this right here. I think it was about $2,500 for a box or 1,000 feet of it, and they need about 10,000 feet. Do you have a setup video setup of your UD? Do you have a video setup of your UDM Pro, like the configuration stuff like that? Yep, if that's what you're asking. I do have another video if you're looking for like my lab, like to see what I actually have in my, house. UDM Pro. Didn't I just do one full setup? Well, the UDM SE would be the same right here. And I probably won't do another video, even though this was only 37 minutes long, it still took a freaking lot out of me. This is kind of a full setup. There's probably things that would be more specific to your needs that you might need. I end up getting that SFP for my UDM or UXG Pro and it works great. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't really tested the UXG yet, so we're going to have to see. I haven't plugged it in. But I think that's a video people are waiting on because there's not a lot of people who have videos out right now. I know Willie's working on one. I don't know if Crosstalk. I asked in his Discord. I don't know if he's going to buy one because it's fairly expensive. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So okay, here we go. Like it's $4.99. And did I have a Google Sheets spec on it? I might have. I don't think I could pull it up though. But pretty much everything's the same. On this, the processor is the same. It has less RAM. It has a couple other 10 gigabit ports or one 10 gigabit port. It has that smart power plug at the back, which I won't be using. It's really if you need to scale out to like over 50 access points, and we'll take a look at their resource calculator shortly. Jim, how's it going? That Unifi aggregation switch setup I sent you in the picture, those units are small and silent. Yeah, these ones right here. They're tiny. And they're only 260. This is US. I think they're like three something Canadian, but yeah, they're great. I have the Pro version of it. It's still silent, but I'm not running that much on it. Let's see. Richard, how's it going? Good morning, Cody. Had to stop packing for my trip to the Dominican Republic tomorrow to make sure that I caught your live stream this morning. That's awesome. Have a fun trip. I've been to Dominican. I think that's what DR stands for. I've been there, I think 3 or 4 times. I want to move Ubiquity's security cameras, but I'm hearing the G4 domes keep having mist issues. So if you don't have the dome cap turned on properly, like actually seated properly, you will get mist issues. I really like the G4 bullets. Those are my go-to. Oops, I'm in EA. I gotta log out. So yeah, the G4 bullets are my go-to. What I do wish they had though is a back box for it. Because when a lot of people are, if they do their house, they're drilling through the brick. If these are new builds, they'll usually fill it in with something. So you can't push any of the cable back in your house. And then at that point, you got to kind of cut it to length, 3 inches or something to get to the back of the camera. And you don't have any cable to play with. So a back box for this to coil just a little bit of cable into would be amazing. Steve, good morning. Yeah, the new USG, the UXG is awesome. I've got 3 of them on the way with one already sold, and I might retire my UDM Pro with one since I have a UNVR. Interesting. So now I have 2 UDM Pros in my lab. I have a UDM SE and then I have the UXG. So I need to kind of figure out what I want to stick to for my network controller. Because what I'm going to have to do with this UXG, we need to host it somewhere. We need to host it on a cloud key. We need to host it on a local network controller, or we push it out to the cloud somewhere, which I'll be using Hostifi, because the cloud console, can we click on that? So Ubiquiti has this cloud console. Really all it is a server sitting somewhere that you're going to be doing a set inform command to push all your Ubiquiti gear to. But I believe it's only available in the US right now, and it's in EA. So you can't use this currently. You could always build your own server and push it back to that as well. But this resource calculator, I don't know if people saw the video, but it's pretty interesting. It will show you how many devices you could have on it before it kind of maxes out, and it assumes 10 clients per AP. So obviously we're going to have more than 10 clients, but just on the Dream machine, we could have 40 access points, which is pretty awesome. And then we need to look at the show advanced features. We turn on VPN, which really is that an advanced feature? Probably not. Threat management, redundancy we can't check off, and I'm not too sure what the redundancy is. They had a video showing this smart power PDU. Let's see. Was it the PDU they were showing off? Or was it the rack? I forget. They were showing off something, but with the smart PDU, they were showing some type of router redundancy, and I think that's what it might be. Matt, good morning. Can the bullet connect direct to the UDM Pro, or do I need another device in between the camera? So you would need either a PoE injector or a PoE switch to power it up. I use my own server as a... Have a good day. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. I use my own server as a local hosting as a selling point for me and my clients. Love it. Yep. I just used Hostifi just because it's easy. I don't need to worry about doing the updates. Not that it's, you still have to do device updates and things like that, but controller versions, you don't need to. Yeah. So let's get out of there. Let's get out of that. That's Twitter. We don't need it in Twitter, but yeah, this is pretty cool. I didn't look at, when I did the video of like reaction video or whatever you're going to call it to it, I didn't look at the UDM Pro or the UNVRs. So let's take a look at that. I wish they would put talk on the UNVR. I think that would be really good. That's interesting. So you only could have 15 cameras. What is it? 15. How many can we go with the HD cameras? Is it like 8? Let's see. So we could only go 8 HD cameras and 15 4K. Realistically, I pretty well just installed their HD cameras anyway, so I'll really only be doing 50. But I wonder if there's a difference with the UNVR. Okay, so we could do 60 on there. 60 and 20. So that's pretty cool. The retention days doesn't really matter either. And then we have the cloud keys. Obviously with the cloud console, this is where we're going to be putting our UXG. So we could have up to 500 access points per server. And then we could, add the VPNs, the threat management, no call routing, but none of that stuff. But that's still pretty cool. And we could have the threat management on high. So if you guys have questions, ask them, because don't have a ton more to talk about. What we do have to talk about is this, which is the packout. So I finally bought that. And I probably need more units because everything I have doesn't fit in it. I probably need a few more. Let me take a screenshot of this. So I probably need a few more of these, or is it this one? I forget. I need one or two more of these and one or two more of the ones on top. So the ones on top is what I put my vertical cable jacks in. What else do I put in there? My 6-inch patch cables, as well as the keystone blanks. This bottom one, this middle one right here, that is for my screws. This one that was circled, this is for face plates and something else, I forget. And the middle one, what did I put in there? The middle one I put in my network tester, my Brady labeler, some drill bits, and then this bottom one I put in both my drills. So I have a DeWalt and I have a Milwaukee Milwaukee rotary drill, I think it's called, that I've only used once. And it's pretty expensive. We'll talk about that in a minute. Kevin, good morning. Now you need that Tacoma. Yeah, so what I'm doing, I drive a Hyundai Elantra. I don't know if we could look at it. But I have been working out of that for years. So I put a ladder in it, and I put all this gear in it. I've had 10 boxes of cable in it before. I'm just trying to log into my cameras. Everybody knows what a Elantra looks like, but I don't even know if it'll show up. Let's see. Here we go. And then this way we could actually look at the dome camera as well. Where is it? So this is what darn it. Why not stretch this out? There we go. This is what I've been working out of for years. This little car. So I put a 5 or 6 foot ladder in there, or a collapsible one. I put a bunch of cable in there. The packout does fit in here. I'll put all my Unifi gear in. It works, and with gas prices right now, it's actually very cheap to be driving, which is great. But I do need to get a new truck. I don't know what I'm going to get, though. I have no idea. Do you like the Milwaukee packout? I just got it yesterday, so I'm not too sure. We were in a job, my uncle and I went to a job downtown Toronto, and he had the packout, and it just seems so much easier to lug all your gear around. What's your thoughts on Cat 8? I'm using Cat 6 now. I don't really have too many thoughts on it. When a customer asks me to spec a job, I'm going off the spec. So if they want Cat 6A, Cat 8, whatever, we'll kind of spec it. But standard in Canada right now is just Cat 6. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. Where are we? Let me see on my side screen. 44 people, 13 likes. Alonzo, good morning. All right, take care, Jason. Have a good one. Have fun pulling wire today. But let's see, where's this other camera? So this is the camera that I just put up on that mount, the G4 mount. I need to upgrade the quality. So originally, it kept like, I didn't test the cable, so that's test your cable. But I got lazy. I thought my cable termination was good, but one of the pins was pulled way back. I just put an RJ45 end on it. So now I'd re-terminate the cable and it looks fine. But for this, I can't see when people are putting Amazon packages with my G4 doorbell. So that's why I have this G4 bullet on the side of my on the side of the wall. Once the G4 Doorbell Pro comes out, I'll just be ripping this camera out, and I don't even know what I'll put there. Maybe I'll put an access point outside. The Wi-Fi 6 mesh, possibly. So yeah, that was cool. I like how they're coming out with these new mounts. I just hope they come out with more. And I don't believe it's available in the States yet. So what's interesting is it's EA in the States, and then turn these lights away from me. Oh no, never mind. It's EA in the States, but it's fully released in Canada, which that never happens. Why isn't it switching stores? But it was like, it's 24 bucks. So it's just a little piece of hard plastic, and if you've watched the video, you could see how small these screw holes are. I didn't even end up using their screws or their anchors because I already had holes in my wall. Bruce, good morning. Did you ever get that Wi-Fi phone worked, or the Wi-Fi phone GP810, I think it was called, or something like that? I bought another one. It works great. I've been testing it for a little bit. So yeah, it's good. But this is the Milwaukee drill I have. My brother and I were out at a job doing some cameras. I forget where. It was actually, the building used to be an old bank. The concrete walls were like that thick. They were huge. So I have a hammer, I have a DeWalt hammer drill, which usually gets through most things. And I wasn't the one drilling, so whatever, that was fine. But he was working on that wall for like 30 minutes and his arm was about to fall off. I'm like, you know what? let's just go to Home Depot, pick up a new one of these rotary drills. Right away, it went through like butter. These things are awesome, but I've only used it once, so $700 for one use. I'm sure I can use it in some other settings though eventually. So yeah, it's a little nuts, but you need to have the tools. So I'm doing a job tomorrow, and I'll probably need this to drill outside. So I'm glad I'll have it with me. Okay, so that armored stuff is gone. But for this armored job, there's 50 Cat 6 drops. And then we have some fiber drops that are going to these little KVM switches or something. I don't really know what the guy's doing with it. But that's going to be cool if we get the job. It's in a huge factory. It will probably take about 3 weeks to get it all cabled. Glenn, how's it going? Yeah, so it'll be interesting, but to pull cable like this is going to be difficult because it's not like you could just bundle 10 cables together and pull it. It's super thick cable. It's huge. What else do I want to talk about today? What is the dome mount? We talked about Milwaukee packout. We talked about... I don't think... Oh, let's talk about this. So this was at another job that I'm doing, which they asked if I could get their old DVR working, which I declined because, well, look at it. I'm not even dealing with that. Really, all this cable needs to be cut out. It's not even being in use. And if you're trying to use your DVR, how are you going to use the mouse in the ceiling? Like, it was insane. So we're going to be quoting on a new Unifi system if I could get cameras. We did. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I just finished the deployment of 4 phones, 4 physical handsets, 8, they had Android with the Wave app. It works great. I'm not too sure. Rigid power tools, I've never actually used them. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, maybe I've used them before. So what, they have a lifetime warranty? Is that what you said? Lifetime service agreement, wow. I would have to give it a try. I mean, I've used DeWalt pretty much my whole life. They work. And I know Milwaukee does a good job. It's just that you're kind of paying for brand name at that point. What's the other brand? Ryobi? They have something that's like the packout box, and I was going to get it. It was a little bit cheaper, and then I just decided to go, like, this whole packout, I think was about $500, $600, something like that. At the end of the day, if it keeps me organized and gets the job done quicker, it'll be worth it. Okay. Let's see. That looks like a Craigslist install. I agree. I said in the post, like, if this is your work, you probably should reevaluate what you do for a living. Where do you buy TP-Link from? I don't use a lot of TP-Link, and my TP-Link contact just stopped messaging me. Like, I have a lot of their gear that I was supposed to send back. But, I mean, no one will give... I have these mesh decos, I have a bunch of switches, and they're just sitting in my basement. But you could get them... I think you could get them from Amazon. They have an Amazon store, I believe, depending on where you live in the world. And, like, for us, we have Canada Computers. Canada Computers sells a ton of it. So that's where I'd probably get it from. Did you get the video on the UXG Pro yet? I haven't. I'm thinking about finishing it today, but I don't know. I need to get some energy to do it. I forget which DeWalt one I have. I have a DeWalt hammer drill. Let's see. I forget which one it is. They have so many different drills. What I do need, and somebody sent, I forget who sent me it. Somebody emailed me a link for some hole saws that are like 1.5 inch to go into brick wall for Unifi access. I need to buy those. I just need to go look through my emails again. DeWalt makes good drills. I mean, I was going to buy one of their STS drills, but I couldn't find them. Where did, oh, here. Apparently rigid, okay. Yeah, I've never used rigid. Amazon probably is the best place to go, yeah. I don't know why they stopped reaching out to me. I've done a ton of videos on TP-Link. I mean, Chris is starting to do some, but his aren't like, well, the last ones were just kind of going over the Switch models. I mean, outside of Ubiquiti, what's your thought on home mesh? TP-Link, Asus, or Netgear? So for my business, we don't do houses. It's just a pain in the butt. In mesh, we try not to do mesh at all. If we can, we try to do wire to every drop. The TP-Link Deco wasn't bad. I think that's what I did a review on. Pretty sure that's what I did a review on. TP-Link Deco. Yes. Well, that was a 20-minute video. Wow. Good on me. This is back in the day of my old thumbnails without my face in it. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it worked. It worked decently. I could maybe do an updated video. Somebody wanted me to do an updated video on Cisco Meraki Go, and then I think it was Netgate Insight. I have all the gear here. I didn't sell it. I was going to. So I could do some updated videos on that as well. I still have the Aruba stuff to do, which they've emailed me a few times because I've had their switches for about a month and a half. Which the Aruba stuff isn't bad, and I don't know if they've come out with new firmware for their Wi-Fi 6 APs, because I have a few Wi-Fi 6 APs. I used Asus AI Mesh for not quite a year with 3 routers, and it worked fine, but consumer routers apparently use a very old Linux kernel with a ton of security risks. Probably, yep. All tool companies make great tools. It's just how much you are willing to spend money. So for me, it's not really the money, it's how well it's going to work and how much easier it's going to make my job. That's why I bought this. No, it's not there anymore. Where'd it go? It's gone. But that's why I bought that SDS drill. So instead of my brother taking another 2 hours to drill one hole, we could just, zip right through that concrete and then move on to the next camera. That was a pain. Luckily I wasn't doing it. But he's not working with me anymore, so I need to do it now myself, which I don't think tomorrow I only have 1 outdoor access point, so it shouldn't be too bad. What else are we doing with Ubiquiti? The UXG, if I get it done today, I'll release it tomorrow. They sent me a box of their cable, which I don't know how I could really do a cable review. I guess I could compare it to like vertical cable and this other core data stuff and see, but I am using it at the job I'm at and it pulls well and the colors are good. The price is decent. So it's actually cheaper to buy Plenum through Ubiquiti than my distributor, which they use. I think it's like, I forget what they use, but this gets delivered to my door at no shipping fee. So I'm probably just going to start buying Ubiquiti cable. The only problem is I think I only could get it in white, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only white. If I could get it in blue and white, that would be awesome. What type of Wi-Fi mapping software do you use outside of a Wi-Fi man, like the iOS primarily or PC? So there is NetSpot app, and I have, it depends. Like if you're a business and you're doing Wi-Fi installs all the time, you would want, and you don't want to spend a crazy amount of money, you could use NetSpot app, or they have NetAlley is what they, so I have this NetAlley NXG, which I still need to do a video on. So they sent this over to me, but I don't quote me on this price, but I think it's about $15,000. So if you're not doing this professionally, you probably don't need a $15,000 tool, but it will do heat map scans for you. It does a ton of stuff: auto test, ping, TCP, capture. Air Mapper is their Wi-Fi section of it. Then we have performance, iPerf. I mean, it just does a crap ton of stuff. We could test our copper, we could test our fiber. So that's why you're paying that sort of price. There is also Wi-Fi heat maps. Heat map. I never know how to say their name. The NetSpot app that comes right up the top as an ad, but I have no idea how to say that. Anyway, this is one of the. They're probably about $10,000 to $15,000 too, and this will do Wi-Fi heat map scans. Christopher, good morning. Stay away from Aruba APs. The firmware needs some serious work. Not reliable in my opinion. Yeah, so I haven't deployed any. We deploy Ubiquity. I mean, I think most people know I'm a Ubiquity fanboy, so that's what we do install. But if a customer had the Aruba APs already, then we would. Like, they're a job that I'm quoting, they already have Aruba APs, so I'm not going to say no. Go with Ubiquity. We'll just install what they have. Yeah, the Wi-Fi, man. Right now, I don't have whatever that chip is that you need in it to show the walls and stuff like that. I have an older iPhone. But this is more for like full on, you know, you're doing this every day. You have the extra $15,000 to spend on a tool. I would probably get the Etherscope though over it, because the Etherscope, you could do a lot. This is, I believe, and I reached out to them, but I don't think they ever got back to me. This is just for Wi-Fi, and that's it. For the Etherscope, you could still test all your network cables, and you could do other network tools like packet captures and things like that. I keep moving my LiDAR, yes, that's correct. Yep. Thank you for that. Ubiquity and TP-Link exclusively in my company. I mean, I don't have. My problem with TP-Link is their access points and how they look. Their Wi-Fi 6 ones. Their other ones look fine. TP-Link. Their software works good too. I mean, there's no issues with that, because it's pretty much a copy and paste of Unifi. But these EAPs, I couldn't mount these on a customer's wall and feel right about it. They're huge. I actually gave mine away to one of my customers. I didn't want it anymore. Ubiquity fanboy. Hey, if anything, he is super obvious. Yeah. Well, obviously, like, you could look at my videos and I would say 85% of them are Ubiquity, I would assume. Android phone needs support for the AR. I think didn't they not put in the augmented reality? I think they did. I think they just did, like, last week. I don't know if you could still do the Wi-Fi man stuff with it. That's iOS. Android. Push the VPN, their management. Somebody posted, I think I saw it on TikTok or something like that, that you could now do AR with Android phones. So who knows? Unfortunately, with Androids, you can't do L2TP right now, so your VPNs, remote user VPNs, won't work with Ubiquity, but they are coming out with, wait, what am I looking at here? They are coming out with WireGuard. I don't think this is the post. They posted it here somewhere. No, I'm just trying to oh, right here. So you can see one-click UID one-click VPN supports OpenVPN, and then we're making further improvements in upcoming versions. Teleport will be a simple VPN without the need for any configuration. And then they say we are also adding WireGuard support. So that's awesome. I may throw one of my UDM pros on the release channel or not the release channel, the like beta, and grab that and see how it works. What's your experience like of the new Unifi Wi-Fi 6 APs? They work. I think they work good. Really, they're for high dense environments that have a ton of clients connecting to it. Me doing my testing and people on the testing videos, they go nuts. Oh my God, that's so slow, whatever. But everybody's situation is going to be different. Like the amount of devices, the amount of walls you have in the house, what your walls are made of. So these doing Wi-Fi testing videos, I mean, it almost is pointless. But I still have, like, we have the U6 Enterprise coming out. I just need to find a device, if I have it, that supports Wi-Fi 6E. I want the Coke Wi-Fi 6 and new updated Dream router for my house use. So I have the Dream router right there. I'm thinking they're going to probably release that soon. I don't know. But I have tested the Wi-Fi 6 mesh and it works well. I don't know if the RAM's upgradable. I didn't open it up. I guess I could open it up, but I doubt it. It would be nice if they let you upgrade that stuff. I doubt they're going to, though, because it is half the RAM of the UDM Pro and the SE. But then again, it's not running any network controller on it, protect controller, talk, yada, 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 all that stuff. So, and there's one more thing that I'm waiting for here to do my next UISP video, which if some of you look in EA, you could probably guess what I'm talking about, because it looks primarily exactly the same as these. Oh, what's this? GPON. Okay. I thought my cat was in here. Yeah, the Dream router, just waiting. But when it does come out, it's going to be an extremely popular device. So you're going to have to jump on that right away. I mean, every device is popular, but I haven't plugged mine in. I haven't played with it, done any of that. I'm waiting for it to go to general. Or I get some time to play with it, because I'd like to kind of have my video prepared in time. But they'll most likely release a new firmware update with it. So I'm going to give this 10 more minutes and then I'm going to head out of here because I am very warm and I want to... Actually, you guys probably can't see the mess in this room right now. Yeah, you can't, but I have stuff everywhere for this Milwaukee packout. More on the floor than anything. See, what do I have upcoming? I don't even know what I have upcoming this week. Tomorrow I'll go to a job. I'll do some more cabling, mount some access points. That job we have 15 U6 Pros going in. I need to mount a rack. Fortunately, I can't take a video on that one, but I will take some pictures. What else am I doing? I forget what I'm doing this week. I have some consultations, maybe some more cabling jobs. But the Edge Router X, this has been coming in stock too. They released like 350 of them last week or the week before, and then they did another batch, and these things sell out like instantly. I have one, but I would like to get a couple more, and then I could set up like an OSPF lab and see how that goes. What else is there that we've done? So the UXG comes with the DAC cable too, which is nice. For the price point, I'm glad they added that because these were out of stock the last time I looked. I typically order a bunch of them. They're back in stock, so I'm going to order some more of those. What else did we do this week? Oh, we did this. So this is the dome mount, which is, it's just a piece of plastic, but it works well. Somebody said, can you add the AI 360 because it's the same mount? I'm pretty sure you can't because the AI 360 is huge. And then I did this job, which I would like to do a video on. But, so what happened here, I went to the job site. I thought it was under construction. Everything was drywalled. Everything was painted. There was no way to run cables without cutting holes. They had existing drops. I said, you know what? Instead of cutting holes, doing all that, it's going to cost you a lot more money. Let's throw in some in-wall HDs, and they're getting amazing performance there. These things work great, and if they want, they could plug in, but their shop is pretty much all Wi-Fi. Our business likely opens this Friday. Nice. Stop in if you are in the area. I'll buy you a beer. So I don't drink liquor, alcohol, but I'll come in for a diet pop for sure. That was you asking. What were you asking? Yeah, so this was cool. I mean, the actual building of it was really nice. It was right downtown Toronto, and they actually had parking, which was the nicer thing. But yeah, this ended up working amazing. I did add one Wi-Fi 6 access point outside because they have this little outdoor area in the middle of the building, and it's completely glass all the way around. Wi-Fi would never get out there, so we had to put Wi-Fi 6 or put another access point out there. TP-Link even have anything new? Oh, so this is coming soon. I thought this was out already. Okay. I don't know. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know. They just keep... They take a lot of design from Ubiquiti, which isn't a bad thing. I might buy it. I haven't done a TP-Link video in a while. Oh, that was you asking. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it won't fit. It won't fit. Yeah, I looked at it, and it is, like, you could see the dome is very small. It would have been really cool, though, if it could, because then you can mount the AI. But I think these little screws that it come with might just pop out. What else comes with that? Can we use we might be able to use the Nano. I just don't think it would reach. No, because it would hit the lips. Like, I'm thinking for the U6L or U6 lights and the Nano HDs. They need to come out with some of these mounts for access points too. Fancy coffee. I could take fancy coffee, that's for sure. Cody, thanks for the UDMSE setup video. Used it setting up my Unifi network. Worked out great. Sorry for locked. Oh, it doesn't. No worries. Yeah, ask whatever question you want. That's great. That'll help you out. I may be replacing my UDMSE today with the UXG. We'll see. Because if I start getting into the video, I need to finish it, because if I don't finish it, my network won't be up. So I'm trying to think if I want to put that many hours into it today. But then again, no one needs the internet today, so today would be the perfect day to do it. One thing with the UXG, which is nice. So if you have a cloud console, or you're using Hostifi or your own server, whichever, and you have two different sites under the same server, you could do the, what do they call it? The AutoSec VPN. So it just automatically creates a site-to-site VPN for you. And I'll probably show that in a video. I'll set up a little USG that I have. I have two different internet connections here, and we'll do a site-to-site configuration that way. Home Builder is saying to stay away from UI cameras. Why? Says the price and configuration management caused a lot of calls. They're probably not setting up right. I'm guessing it's a non-tech client as the setup. So Ubiquiti cameras are, their Unifi Protect is probably the easiest interface I've used. I don't use anything else. I mean, if the customer wants me to set up Hikvision or something, we'll maybe do it. But the Hikvision interface, I can't stand it. I don't know why they would say that. The cameras are a little more expensive, that's for sure. All right, take care. Gonna head out. Need to go install a server. Awesome. Thanks for the live stream. Yeah, no problem. Have a good rest of your weekend. UXG, what's the purpose of it? It's to offload the routing functions, I guess. So if we look here, if you needed bigger deployments like the UDM Pro, the UDM Pro and the SE, we could have a lot more controllers on it, obviously, but let's just focus on the network. If we're just doing network, we could have up to 75 access points. Let's add on VPN and you know, all that stuff. Oh. Okay, so if we're adding 75 access points, we're crashing. So let's see where it goes to. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's say about 86%. We could get 23 access points on the UDM Pro with VPN and threat management on high. If you're doing a deployment that you're, you know, think about a hotel or something like that, that requires a ton of access points, we're not hitting that. So what the UXG, it will be your, what they say in their video or on their website, routing offloading. We could do it with the cloud console, and then we could do up to 500 access points, hitting 90% CPU usage. So that's kind of the use case there. Player vision, I've never even heard of that. There's so many different vendors out there, and a lot of camera companies, they are actually Hike Vision, just rebranded. Good luck on the rebuild. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I want to do it today. I'm thinking I could do a migration and my network will just move over. I love Unifi cameras. That's what I have here. That's what I sell. I won't sell any other brand. It's just a pain. Well, even at that, the price point isn't too bad. I don't think. Depends what you're willing to spend. So for a house for your G4 bullet camera, you're looking, this is Canadian prices, mind you. Let's go to the US. I would assume more people are from the States than Canada. So it's 199 bucks, which I don't think is bad for a price of a camera. The G4 Pro, little pricey. The AI, I think it's fine for what it is, $299, and then the UNVR and all that. Tim, hope you had a great weekend. Keep up the good work. Love your videos. Yeah, I had I forget what I did this weekend. Not too much. I worked quite a bit, pretty much every day. Only on 2 gigs of RAM. So the offloading is really done on the server end too, but yeah, you could do that only on 2 gigs of RAM for sure. Yeah, the problem is getting them. Like even my distributors, they don't have any of this stuff, which is, so I just buy things slowly. A lot of people are asking me how I get stuff. Whenever things come into stock, I buy whatever I can. I leave it in my basement, and then I buy more. You could kind of see in this picture. I don't even know what these are. I think one of these is UDM. I got a couple switches here. We go a little more left. I got a bunch of access points and then a bunch more access points. That's for the job tomorrow. I think that was actually for the job that I did the pre-config. I just released a pre-config video. Whoops. Where was it? Yeah, Unifi pre-deployment. That's the video that I released. That's what I'll be working on tomorrow. I've already put in half the cables. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to cable the rest of it, but it should be all right. But for this week's video, UXG definitely coming out, and probably a base introduction to the Etherscope NXG. I want to wait to do the heat mapping until I'm on site, not kind of through my house. Maybe I'll do it, a quick thing through my house with it, but I'm going to show off all the functionality for it. I'm just trying to figure out how I could cast this to my computer instead of having the camera doing like a top down. I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about that. Can those bullets be ceiling mounted, or is the dome the best? Front porch, yeah. So I have the bullets can be ceiling mounted. Yep. Yeah, I saw something come up on my YouTube feed. It was 2 guys as well, or what was it? It's gone now. So what I'm going to try to do, and I'll try to do it in the video. I have my UDM SE. I'll plug in the UXG. How am I going to do that? I'm going to have to figure out. I need to try to do a migration with it. But I need to take out the network cable, my WAN connection, and put it in my UXG. So I don't know if I can have it in place or not. but we'll figure it out. But on that note, I'm going to go. If I'm going to do this UXG video, I need to start it shortly. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will catch